Hello, Factorio people. Welcome back to the reverse mega base. I hope you're staying warm if you live in the northern hemisphere. At least I hope you're staying warm. If you live in the southern hemisphere and it's summer for you, then congratulations, la-di-da. And I suppose if you live in space, then none of this applies. Today, sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. Today, green circuits, colloquially known as electronic circuits. I've been thinking about this. I don't know. Oh, my cat is behaving strangely. Can you hear that? Can you hear Cammy? Say hello. Say hello to the factory people. No? Alright, well, sit on my lap and stay warm then. For the coke, she's gone. For the coke, we made the wood on site. And it was good. For the green circuits, I don't think that's going to be possible. Because we need a fair amount of green circuits. We need a fair amount of them. And the amount of wood... Oh my god. Factorio lab.github.io has changed slightly. Do you still have my preset save state? No, you lost it. Alright, thanks. I'll have to do that later. I'll have to just try the old version, which I don't like as much. 95,000 green circuits per minute. 34,000 wood. No, wait, this is why I don't like the old Factorio Lab one, because it doesn't do... What does this mean? 95,000 green circuits. Green circuits are also weird in that they need copper cable to go in. So you kind of can't do... I mean, you can do this, but I don't think the numbers work. I don't think they work. Yes, only a third. This makes 235 copper cable per second, and you only need 84. So you can do a two. You can do a twofer like this, and the copper cable can come out like that. Or if you beacon them, obviously we're going to need to beacon them quite severely to make sure that we don't need a lot of these. Because if we need about 100,000 basically. Oh, it's actually not that bad. I'm too hung up on vanilla numbers, aren't I? That's the problem. I'm too hung up on vanilla numbers. My cat is still having the zoomies behind me. Calm down. Sit by the radiator and stay warm. That's actually not that bad. Alright. How much net do we have here for the copper? Wow, she's going mental. I hope I don't have to stop recording to sort this out. Alright, okay, let's beacon this a little bit and see if we can get this on parity at least. We'll start from there. 213, I don't see me getting another one of these in. Absolutely not. Oh wow, yeah, perfect. Perfect. Alright. And that is one belt of copper, purple belt of copper, and just over half a belt of iron. Is that correct? No, more like 2/3 of a belt of iron. Fair enough. Okay, so that's okay. We can do this. If we need 100,000, roughly, just to be sure. 10 is just short, but 11 is one of those ugly numbers I keep going on about. I don't really want to do 10 in one zone, just because of the sheer amount of copper cable it will do. So I suppose I could do 2 modules of 6, and then we've got some overflow. Quite a lot of overflow, but it does make sense. Alright, so we're going to go with 6. Even 6 seems like a bit much. That's a lot of copper. That's a lot of copper coming in. No, it's fine. 6 is fine. If we feed one belt into each, then that's okay. It's the wood I'm worried about. 3.8 belts of wood. So a fertilised one. Fertilised greenhouse. Here, you remember last time. Is only a third of a belt. With max beacons and fertilised going as fast as it can. So the issue was that if we wanted to do this setup, the fertilised greenhouse setup for green circuits as well, we would need to bring in crude, nitric acid to do the fertiliser, and then bring in iron and copper in decent quantities. So we might need to build a double high station. Maybe. Wait, how many? Six of these? 10 belts. Yeah. Maybe. The other option is, of course, do wood somewhere else and ship it in, which is totally viable, but then it begs the question why we did this up here if we're going to just ship wood around anyway. I suppose the answer to that is that this only needs 2.3 belts of wood to make all of the coke we will ever need for the rest of the game. Whereas we will need a lot more wood, so maybe we should just make... But, on the other hand, we've got all of this space, right? We've got all of this space. Especially up here. Especially in this gap up here. Do we want to maybe... This fertilizer is vastly overproducing as well. Vastly. Loads of it. We could take the excess fertilizer, make more wood in this space here, and belt it down, and have all of the coke. I mean, we could do the coke and the green circuits basically in the same module. That won't work, because we've just said we want to try and do all of the... We want to do the green circuits in 2 separate modules, so that won't really work, because it'll work for this module, but then the second module that we build over here won't have access to that fertilizer. Unless we do try and get all of the green circuits done in one place. One of these is 1,600 wood per minute. And if we wanted, what did we say, 12 of these to get there? Oh, I really want to just use beacons to make this only need 10. But I'm so concerned about the amount of copper that would need. We can't be bringing in more than 8 belts of copper into one module. It's not viable. So I'm currently leaning towards excess wood being an output of this. This is just the right amount of wood for these furnaces. It's the fertilizer. There's loads of fertilizer. So we would need another 34,000 wood to make all of the green circuits, which is only 21 more greenhouses. Greenhouse eye. Which this fertilizer can easily support. This can easily support that. So we could try that. Just put a whole bunch of extra greenhouses down with the fertilizer that we're already making, and output the wood here as well. Because the only two inputs here are... Oh, there's three inputs, sorry. We need the two fluids, which don't take up much space because these use such a tiny amount of it, and 3 belts of coal. So the inputs here would be fine. We could squeeze another output in here. That would involve moving all of this. How much wood did I say? 30 odd thousand. 34,000. 6 belts of wood, trying to squeeze 6 belts of another output in here. I'm really kind of against the idea of trying to squeeze it in here. I feel like it's going to look ugly in loads of belts. I'm going back towards just copying this bit again and just having another separate section that makes wood and bringing it in into 2 separate modules that make green circuits. I feel like that's probably for the best. So in that case, I won't do the wood now. I will still continue to do the green circuits and I'll mimic the wood as an input, but I'm going to just do this bit again, but with even more greenhouses somewhere else, and have a wood output. It would have been nice, I suppose. And this only needs 2.3. I mean, maybe I should scrap this completely and literally just have the wood here and bring the wood in for the coke separately from... Just have one module that does wood and coal in and coke out. I can't do wood and coal and iron ore in and get steel out because I want to enrich the iron. So I'd have to do water. I'd have to do nitric acid. No. I'd have to do wood, coal, coke, iron ore, sulfuric acid in, steel plates out. Which would certainly be interesting in a double I module. In a module like this one. An ugly build like that. I mean, I am tempted. I am tempted. Just because I think it would be fun. But just to show you, you'd need an advanced chemical plant doing this process. Let's theory craft it, shall we? It's a theory crafting episode, I'm afraid. That's what it's turned into. An advanced chemical plant. Doing the iron enrichment. 2.4 belts of... Wait, I didn't prod module it. basically 1-to-1. Like, it's not literally 1-to-1, but it's basically 1-to-1. Doing the iron ore enrichment. Which doesn't use much sulfuric acid. It does get you a lot of dirty water, but dirty water is, I think, easily manageable. I think. Especially if you do the dirty water to iron ore, you can sort of recycle some of it anyway. Can't prod module it. This can process 500 dirty water. This makes 560 dirty water per second. Per second. Would you have to do one of these each? Do you honestly have to do one of these each? We haven't even beaconed this yet. But this on its own uses 2 belts of iron ore. just this. Without the beacons, so no thanks. Uses more than 2 belts, so really, if anything, we can get rid of some of these. And then the enriched iron ore would then also have to go into one of these. I might add these substations as part of the blueprint for the enriched iron ore into 5 iron plates with prod modules. Oh, this hardly uses any, so we wouldn't be able to do it like that. I forgot about that. This doesn't use much, so you'd probably only just need 1 of these. No, you'd need more than 1, wouldn't you? Because you want to be getting the maximum amount of iron ore out. You want to try and be getting 8 belts of iron ore out per module. Oh, except we're turning this into steel, aren't we? That was the whole point. This one we're turning into steel. And then this would use 7/10 of a belt. So we basically need to try and double the speed of this. Whoops. Is that enough? Bit overkill. Still a bit overkill. I suppose it doesn't matter, because we could also beacon this bad boy. It's a complicated kind of chicken and egg situation. Net machines. Don't like doing so this uses too much here. Still too much. Still too much. Jeez Louise. Okay. But this only needs the enriched iron in, so we do have a lot of space here for beacons. Like a lot. We may as well maximally beacon it. As long as it's... Oops. Yeah, beacon it so that it's as close to 1 belt as is possible. Because there's no point in... I guess there is a point in sacrificing... You have it like you have it like this, and then even though it's over 1 belt, and then you do this. It's not good for UPS because of the amount of empty spaces on the belts, but I don't really care. I've never gotten to the point where UPS is a problem. This also needs the coke, and the whole point of this was that we were going to get the bring the wood in. I've totally forgotten what I'm doing. Get the wood, make the coke on site. That's a nightmare, isn't it? This is just the steel as if you were bringing in the coke on this side. Like this. Doing these shenanigans. Why did I put a splitter there? I knew I needed a splitter and then my brain just went, put it down now, and then doing the coke like this. You don't need much of it for this. So this is enriching the iron, this bit up here, and then turning that into steel directly if you just bring the coke in, which is what we will do, because there's no reason to ship so many iron plates around if you can just... But then to do this without bringing... You either bring the wood in and you turn it into coke, you bring the coke in and just pump it into the steel factory. So if you bring the wood, you'd also then need to bring in... So currently we would bring in iron ore, sulfuric acid. This is fine, this is fine. And then we need to bring in wood and coal to make the coke. So 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs. And that makes you half a belt of steel. Providing you can get all of the... Providing you can get... the coke sorted. Which... I guess would go on the bottom. It's vastly overproducing as well. So we can get rid of some of these, quite a lot of these probably. Even that. Even that. Does it need any beacons at all? Yes, it clearly does. This is how overpowered beacons are, by the way. Just the prod modules, minus 60% crafting speed, turns this into needing 5 of these coke furnaces to power this. You just give it a few speed modules and suddenly it's 5 times as fast. 5 times the output. Is this all correct numbers wise so far? Did we decide that this was overkill? This gets you... What's this? The enriched iron is a bit overkill. Two iron in and yeah, like maybe it's worth... This gets you 2 iron ore belts out, and this uses... Sorry, no, this gets you 2 enriched iron ore out, and this fully beaconed one only uses 80% of a belt. So it's almost like it would be better to do... now I'm thinking I enrich ore on site, you know? Now I'm thinking a mining outpost actually just has trains bringing in sulfuric acid, and you never move iron ore on a train. The ore is enriched on site, and the enriched iron ore comes around. So then you just skip this stage completely. You just get rid of this. Is that ridiculous? Can't be. You need a lot of sulfuric acid, generally, in the game. But not much of it goes to enriching. Factorio Lab is saying that only 2 wagons per minute would go into enriching all of the iron ore you would ever need. And 4 wagons per minute enriching all of the copper you ever need. So then, if we enrich the iron on site, then the module becomes a lot smaller, because then all we're bringing in is the enriched ore here, wood and coal here, and then we're getting the steel out. Yes, I kind of like it. I kind of like that a bit better. Now that's quite complicated, and I've forgotten everything I've just theory crafted here today. So I'm gonna get the old pen and paper out. So going all the way back, I can't find a blank page in my notebook. Going all the way back, Here we go. We'll start on the orange pages. Going all the way back to the start of this ridiculous chain reaction of events is what we actually want. Is we want wood being made. So modules colon wood. Wood is made and shipped around. Wood is an output. Now, coke is not an output, so we need wood modules. We need to, so that we can then enrich iron on enrich ores on site, so that then we do enriched iron turns into steel. Yeah, so enriched iron, wood, coal turns into steel, and then and all of this was just to get green circuits a bit tidier, because then we just bring in wood, iron, copper, yeah, green circuits, which is then, yeah, wood, iron, copper. So this actually needs to not go but be turned into the wood module. Okay, good. I like it. Alright, so then now, after I've been talking for 28 minutes, we can go back to the original plan of trying to do green circuits, having decided that it was better to build wood, to ship wood around in trains. Yes, that's correct. We did it, folks. That was the wrong button. Okay. So we needed a few beacons, didn't we? Because was it just literally one beacon? I can't remember. Because the copper wire factory overproduced slightly. It was a bit more than one. Wasn't there a button to recalculate this that I found the other day? No, I don't remember. Alright, there we go. And then we were going to do 6, right? 6 belts of copper in. 4 belts of iron in, 4 belts of wood in. Gets you 10 belts of this. Yeah, that should be fairly simple. That should be fairly simple. Because this, yeah, you just get a belt of copper in here. You ship half of it out. Yes, these beacons are in the wrong place, aren't they? Thank you. No. I'm just... I want to do power last, but I also don't want other flipping blinking. Mining productivity 50 just finished, folks. I'm going to do worker robot speed just because it's the cheapest one now, and then we'll do the rest of these. Some of them need to go this way, some of them need to go this way. This was not more than... Oh, it is 2.6 belts. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay. And then this needs iron, and then it just needs iron and wood, right? Why am I building it this way around? Should be this way around. Oh, this is gonna be good. So then these may as well go on this side. So you can go back in your designated position. This needs a whole belt of copper. Alright, so then... Oh, this is going to be weird. Christ for purple belts. That's one... That's the iron. Need to do the same for the wood. Oh no. oh no. Oh no. Alright. Undo all of that. The wood can just come in this way. This one will be strange, but... It's okay. And then the one belt of copper should be fine. Should just go... Excuse me. Should just go there. And then output-wise, there's plenty of space. Each one of these is almost a whole belt, so I'll just need to balance that into a 16er, which we've got one. Oh, good lord. Got one here for that. That doesn't go in this. Does it? You bucks. You bloody ruddy bucks. Does it go... If you do it here, don't need the balancer. Nah, it'll look ugly though. It's gonna look ugly. It's gonna be quite tight fitting this, isn't it? We can manage. Alright, let's make sure that we get this done properly. So, 6 belts of copper. So we need a proper one of these. Proper one of these bad boys. Don't take the infinity chests is probably the most sensible way to do this. 6 coppers. Whoa, that's copper ore. Why? He's so stupid, man. Alright, 6 belts of copper. Ugh, I have to deal with this nonsense now. Put the copper ore in here. Put the iron ore in here. It's going to happen, innit? It's going to happen, let's be honest. It's fine. Get me the 8 to 6 balancer. I must have an 8 to 6 balancer out here somewhere, right? 8 to 5. Favourite time of day. I could have definitely gone into my balancer book now and found one quicker than this, so sunk cost fallacy, go away. 8 to 6. One day I'll remember that you have to build their belts all the way up to the curve and not one before the curve. I'm just rearranging myself in my chair. It's a complicated one, this, isn't it? Cat's back complaining. Didn't get what she wanted from downstairs, clearly. Probably just cold. Poor Cammy. I'm going to do 6 of these in a module. 4 belts of iron, 4 belts of wood. Oh, I don't... am I going to run out of space? Am I going to run out of space? No. I don't believe you. I literally don't believe you, game. Where's a 4er? Just because I want to see what I did with the... Yeah. Yeah, so for a 4 belt, you do it like this. Well, I've been doing it like this. There is a creative mode thing that you can use to get infinity wagons, which yes would have been helpful. You're correct. I've put this here knowing full well what I want is just because I wanted to make sure that this was in the right place. So that, and then this again. Just make sure is this lined up? Is this correct? No, it's over. It's not over far enough. Can you hear this? Can you? She's going absolutely crazy. What is it? I know you're cold, but you've had breakfast. Just sit, would you? I'm talking to myself. She's gone. Where is this going? For the love of God. Cammy, I forgot everything I was doing now because of you. And I picked up the flipping rail so things aren't snapping to where I want them to snap. There, it goes there. Thank you. So this one's going to have to go there. And then I need to make sure that I've got a 16er. Got space for a 16er to go in. That should be fine. Does that need to be a chain signal? These are chain signals. Probably does, right? This also means there's not enough space for a train to wait now, unless I move this one a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, gonna have to move that signal ever so slightly. Even more ever so slightly. Ugh, this, I guarantee you that will cause a problem later down the line. Yeah. Okay. We got space for this now, so just as long as these have got enough room to load and unload with the power poles, should be good. 1, 8. It's going to fall out the back of my clipboard in a minute, isn't it? There. Good chance I'll have to move that down, but we'll see. Okay, now we need to mimic the other products coming in. This one is... go with wood first, I guess. Wood? Hello? There you are. I need infinity chests, please. Game. Do this while I'm waiting, I suppose. Got enough room here, haven't we? Because we need 6 belts of copper, which come in from the very top. We can move these now that we know. This is the iron. We're going to have 4 belts in, but 6 lots of machines, so we are going to have to do this falafel. Is that culturally inappropriate? To say the word falafel when you mean a faff or a hassle? I don't think so, but I might be wrong on that one. I'm no expert. And then same again for the wood. Which goes there? And then the copper is just goes in, doesn't it? Just goes in. So I will leave the extra space. Just no, I will get rid of the extra space. I have decided. I have to do this one. I'll have to do this one last. Yeah, I'll have to do this one last. As long as these are fine, it's okay. Ugh, it's actually quite large. I need to get 16 belts of this out. I'm gonna have to go up quite far. I mean, I can move this down, of course. And I possibly just should do that, but because it looks like this copper's going to have to come up before and then go across, just so that there's enough room for everything. Why have I put the balancer there? I have 12 belts out. Is there such thing as a 12 to 16 balancer in my book? There's a 12 to 12 balancer. Can't really do that. Because you would need to somehow then put 12 belts into... I'll just use the middle 12. I don't think this works, is the problem. It's not throughput unlimited, right? We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. So as long as this goes like at least there, we're good, right? That makes the most sense. There's enough space for 6 belts on the top, so... Yeah, that's fine. Well, this has been a hassle, hasn't it? Sorry. Sorry if this has not been your bag. Ugh. If it's not been your bag, this one particular episode, episode 20, if episode 20 has not been your bag, I don't know what to tell you, pal. I know what isn't my bag, always somehow managing to hit cut, but when I need to hit paste. Or any of those words being correct, for that matter. Okay, so this clearly needs to come across a bit, but that's fine, as long as we get the basic infrastructure down first. We're all good. I'm just going to leave a 1 space here, so... Is there a way to turn this into actually what I need? With various flipping and glipping? Seems like there is. Okay, so then now this can come back across at least this far. Boy, I hope this works. Be pretty embarrassing if it didn't. You'll shout in the comments, Fanta, Jesus Christ, you've forgotten the... something. I wouldn't know what you're shouting, because if I knew what I'd forgotten, then by definition I would not have forgotten it. I'm also very hungry. The Hunger Games continue. It's mostly because the Sunday episode of this I always record on first thing on a Sunday morning. And as such, I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Because I'm not a breakfast person. I don't really do breakfast, you know? Iron, yeah. I don't really do breakfast. Which is bad. I realise it's probably unhealthy for me to not do breakfast. I probably should get into the habit of doing breakfast. I just never feel hungry first thing in the morning. And so I don't eat breakfast. And as such, it doesn't take me very long. So here's, like, this is what I'm talking about. Is this... Oh no, each belt does manage to go on each output. I thought this balancer was weird and that it didn't... You can see these 4 are not quite right. Yeah, you can see there's actually more coming out of these than the others. But I feel like maybe this is just one of those situations where it just has to be good enough. Like, it's good enough is good enough. this is this. Can't say that it's not, because it is this. This is this. It'd be funny if this was not quite close enough by the last one. Where does it go? It goes just before, just after the last balancer. Not balancer, splitter. See that on the subreddit all the time. Why isn't this balancing my belts? Because it's not a belt. It's not a belt balancer. It's a splitter. It is quite literally not what it does, and it will never do that. I would call this a success. I really want is I want these to all go in at the same time. Don't know if this works. Don't know if this knows to turn it around. Yeah, I didn't think it did. Go! In theory, this should produce 957 per second, 57,405.5 per minute. Electronic circuits. 57,000. 58 for a moment there. It's because it's 57.4, so there's always going to be. Why does that now just say 28,000? Did I miss some? What? Oh, of course I missed some. This is not. It's on the top as well. Good one. 57,450. I think we're there. Why are these belts slightly more empty? Item ingredient shortage. .8 belts of iron. What are you talking about? Oh, you know what I've not done. you know what I've not done. Not put the priorities on these. Not that one though. I'll just watch that permeate through as they get full of iron. There they go. There it goes. Oh, having a big stretch. Big stretch. Where did Cammy go? Did she give up on me? Yeah, she did. As everyone always does. Ha ha ha. Still not quite there. Is this a just balancing issue? The fact that the splitters are only pulling from one half? Because this one's fine. This one's fine. Fine. Full. Saturated. 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 Not saturated. Not saturated. What can we do about this? It's a very bizarre edge case for that, isn't it? Definitely don't see that very often. Same problem with the wood. It's almost like it needs to be balanced halfway down the line. That would certainly solve it. Getting a lane balancer in here somewhere would certainly solve it. I would go in there. Solve the problem. But at what cost? So after 3, then just lane balance it again? It seems mad to me to do it like that. Because the whole point of doing the priority like this is that you should be pushing it down, but because these take... they're not pulling evenly from the belt, even though I'm using a loader. It's nothing to do with the curve in the belt, is it? No, it's just how it goes. Has that helped? Seems to have helped. But also just doing it like this has helped. So strange. The other option, of course, would be to just not do this at all and do exactly the same as what I've done for the copper here, turning these into... turning this into a 4 to 6 balancer. Because each one of these only needs 4/6 of a belt. Just shy of 4/6 of a belt. So I wouldn't need to change what I'm outputting. I just need to change this balancer and these belts. But that would certainly 100% solve the problem. But this has also 100% solved the problem. So it just looks ugly as sin, doesn't it? I'll think about it. I'm not going to do it on camera now because this has been an hour-long episode of theory crafting, mostly. I probably will just turn this into a 4 to 6 balancer and just do it like that. That is almost certainly what I'm going to do because I'm not having this faffing around up here. I hate it. It looks awful. So expect that change by the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please let me know with a like or a comment. And if you want to see more reverse mega base shenanigans, and they can really only be described as shenanigans at this point, be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much. Episode 20. I feel like I barely scratched the surface, to be honest with you. Here's to 100 episodes. Fenton reverse mega base. 100 episodes forever. 200 seasons. Infinite. This is a Rick and Morty reference, by the way, if you don't know. I'm just padding this out now, so it's exactly 1 hour. Thank you. Take care. Stay warm or hydrated, depending on the season. Bye.